Hey everyone, it's Nick Campbell. So the girls have been thwarted by a lot of things over the years. Bad lying, addiction, hubris. But this is the first time I think that they've been brought down by gummy bears. It turns out that Toby's tragic flaw is sugar. And do-rags. The weirdest part about it though is how serious everyone was. About how Charles got away because Toby was too stoned in a gummy bear overdose. And really, to me, it felt more like this. Filmed before a live studio audience.
Where's Spencer?
She's on the phone. She'll be right back.
Tell her to thank me later.
Actually sticky icky isn't the only weird part about this episode. Oh Brother Where Art Thou felt like the ghost of Pretty Little Liar's future, with that usual dash of disappointment at the end, but only because the summation of this episode represents no real movement, just a little bit of moving the furniture, while we prepare for bigger, more answery things. The weirdness, though, comes from a few key moments. One, Mona and Allison are on the same side. There's one rivalry that's been pretty much a constant throughout the series, except for that one night in the Lost Woods, and that's Mona versus Allison. Not but a couple of episodes ago, Mona was in Hannah's kitchen, fearing for her life against Allison's retribution.
There's no way she's not plotting some kind of revenge.
But now Allison calls Mona when she couldn't reach anyone else, and not only does Mona pick up the phone, she goes and picks Allison up in her car. Mona's been kind of all over the place this season. Sheepish snooper, cocksure HBIC,
This college will prosecute. I'm just trying to save you from yourselves.
star-crossed lover, maternal protector,
Leslie isn't lying. That girl is one lost marble away from a major breakdown.
and with Allison, polite Uber driver. So it's hard to tell how much she's acting for company, or if she's just swinging strongly through personalities. But I do like the suggestion on Twitter that Allison and Mona are the cast of True Detective Season 3, though I think I'd rather that be Spencer and Hannah.
God, we're like Cyclops.
Cyborgs.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Cyclops.
2. Emily and Sarah. We can go on for days about Emily's track record of bedding broken women, and how she invites them all to live with her, and how the Fields house probably has a Ravenswood curse on it to turn wayward women at least a little bi-curious. But Emma's having a hard time letting this little birdie fly away and back to the nest that lost her. She also seems incapable of recognizing that Claire's past remarks are almost mere images of how she felt about Allison, at least sometimes. So is Emily's poutiness really about her protective instinct, or how she'd like to have a booty call conveniently placed in the trundle bin nearby? It probably has more to do with her being alone with herself than whatever it is that Sarah means to her. So she might have to actually deal with her own demons, rather than just distract Sarah with steamy makeout sessions. 3. Speaking of demons, we need to talk about Freddy. I'm operating under the assumption that Freddy is Charles, which should seem obvious, but if PLL got picked up for Season 8, I could see them tying Freddy to an actual distant cousin, with whom Charles lived for years, and now the liars have to find Freddy, and then we all collectively turn off our TV and think about how we spent our lives. Anyway, Freddy is Charles. But interestingly, Charles may not be A. Crazy theory time. So your moment of A has a hoodie, probably Charles, opening a present from a friend and ally, introducing or strengthening the idea that A might be using Charles as fuel and purpose for all the terrible things that A does. Charles wants revenge on most of the De Laurentiis family. By the way, the hoodie being in the same place at the same time as Jason probably means that Jason can come off their suspect list. And there's some overlap because Allison is one of those girls that A is just looking for an excuse to torture. So, with their powers combined, they have enough misplaced rage and psychopathy to create some real evil stuff. It's not totally crazy. Spencer and Hannah did hit on this while they're at Charles's grave. But most importantly, anything can happen because this narrative is completely unreliable. And they're willing to retcon on a moment's notice. Right, Mona?
Someone you talked to stole the A game from you while you were there. That is what you said. I know I did. But I was on so many drugs, I didn't even know who I was talking to.
And finally, we talk about Aria, the tiniest and weirdest liar. Her doll thing was getting out of control. If you're getting judgy looks from Spencer for being a weirdo cuckoo pants,
Aria. What? Leave the doll alone.
you need to check yourself. I don't know if her doll torture was to make her lie to Ezra true, or if she's just going off the deep end, but I couldn't be more relieved that she's surrendering the dolls, and more frightened that her doll phase is going to add more legitimate fuel to the Aria is A fire. YouTube cannot hold any more video of Aria is A theories. If it does, the whole thing's just going to explode into tiny bits of bird feathers and designer bedazzled t-shirts. Don't worry, Sarah is still my top person of interest operating in plain sight. Ren Clark and Mrs. Horowitz haven't been around in a while, but Aria's weirdness should give you pause. Nothing on the show happens without a reason, because everything could be a reason, and all your reasons could be nothing. As per usual, this show leaves you with a feeling of existential nihilism. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you probably might want more, so go ahead and subscribe, and YouTube will tell you when more come up. They're coming up weekly. I'll tell you that now. They come up on Thursdays, but, you know, if you don't trust me because you think that I'm just as unreliable a narrator as Pretty Little Liars, then, you know, trust YouTube. They'll tell you.